Good morning. Bed is made. It's time to start the day. I wasn't able to wake up with my husband this morning because the doctor took away the Advero, so I had to take my antihistamine before bed just to prevent anything from happening. So obviously I was just knocked out. If you saw yesterday's video, you know that now we have hot water and I just cannot wait to wash my hair. But not only is my husband coming back in about maybe 40 minutes because this morning he had to go to PT. If you're unfamiliar with military life, that means that he was going to physical training. The life of a normal soldier requires physical training or doing exercises every morning with their units or with their co-workers, but a soldier in aviation, and depending what kind of job you have in aviation, doesn't have that as a requirement. Sometimes they just do exercises on their own any time of the day. Since my husband is in aviation, we do not have that fixed schedule of going to PT early in the morning, then coming back home for breakfast, showering, changing, and then going back to work. As you've seen in the previous days, sometimes I drop him off at work at 6 in the morning, sometimes a little earlier. Sometimes he goes to work at around 5:30. And on days with flights, sometimes he goes to work at 9 a.m., sometimes noon, sometimes 1, sometimes 3. I've even dropped him off as late as 5 in the afternoon. Or if I know for a fact that I can't go pick him up at midnight or 1 in the morning, then he takes the car. So it's a little challenging planning for the day, especially when you don't know how early your soldier is going to go into work or what the schedule is like or when they're going to get released. And this is day to day. But as I've said before, you just make it work. The other reason I'm not washing my hair early in the morning is because I'm waiting for the house to warm up a little bit. Since I have that cough and we don't really know what it is, I can't risk going to bed with wet hair or being in the cold with wet hair. So I'm just waiting for the house to warm up and then I can go wash my hair. Right now I'm just gonna work on breakfast and review something that my husband asked me to review for work until he gets back. Once he gets back, then he gets ready for work. I make his breakfast, we spend some time together, he'll go off to work, and then I can start my day. Husband is fed and on his way to work. Doggies are fed and are currently outside. I just have to feed the fishies before I can go hop in the shower with some nice hot water and then go about my day. However, I do have to give my body just a few minutes, nothing major, but just a few minutes to make sure nothing's going on, because while my husband was having breakfast and I was giving him my feedback on what he asked me to review, I cramped up a little bit, but not a cramp where it's tight. It was more like a sharp pain, and nothing high on the pain scale either, but rather pretty bothersome. As I was talking to him, I had to stop, hold my belly, and just kind of assess what was going on, make sure it was nothing terrible. And a few minutes into our conversation, I started passing an embarrassingly high amount of gas. Like I had just come out of a colonoscopy. If you've ever had one or any abdominal surgery, you know that they inflate you with, I think it's CO2, I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but they put air in you, and post-surgery you can't leave until you pass all that air. And that's what it seems like I had just gotten out of a colonoscopy. So as always, just to be on the safe side, not stress my body further than I need to or anything like that, I'm just gonna sit here a few minutes, work on yesterday's vlog, and then I'll feed the fishies and hop in the shower if everything's okay. Oh, I can't wait for that hot water. Oh my gosh, these two just melt my heart. Look at them. The day definitely took a very unexpected turn. I know that I said that I was just gonna give my body a little while to see if anything was gonna happen, to then feed the fishies and take a shower. but I fed the fishies and then I just kept editing my vlog because I realized that if I were to take a shower and then cramp up or anything, I was gonna be way behind prepping for my tutoring sessions because today I have 2 this afternoon. So I was editing my vlog and then I got 4 phone calls. One of them was a little lengthy. The others were fairly quick. And what I did was I left my video exporting, meaning that I was getting ready to be uploaded to YouTube. And while I was on the phone with my wireless Bluetooth talking to that last person, I went ahead and got some house chores done. Now, don't judge me. This is a judgment-free channel, judgment-free zone. So I'm gonna show you. You saw in yesterday's video, if you watched it, that my husband Swiffered after he got home from work. I just Swiffered at noon, and this is how much hair our husky is shedding. Let me show you up close. All this hair came out of our husky in one day. And that's actually from the entire house. My husband Swiffered, I think it was around here and up to the living room. I got all the bedrooms and the bathrooms as well, but that was all in one day. It isn't completely her fault. We've been a little negligent. We haven't been brushing her every day. As you've seen, I haven't mentioned at all since I started vlogging that we were gonna brush her. So it's not her fault. I will say though that even when we do brush her, she does fill the house with hair still. What I'm doing now is just boiling some water to make a little pasta that's just gonna cook by itself while I finish what I'm doing because it is noon. My first tutoring session is at 3 and I haven't finished preparing the materials because I started preparing last night. Usually I like to have everything done the night before, you know, just like in school, you do your homework before you go to bed. You don't do your homework 5 minutes before class. But I'm cutting myself a little slack because I am getting back into the rhythm of things. It's been well over a month since I've done any tutoring or followed our old routine. And I use that term very loosely, or really just done any of the things we used to do before we left for vacations in November. So I'm just taking things easy, going with the flow, accepting things as they are, and improving everything for the following days. At this point in time, I now know, since I started tutoring again, that I need a different editing and uploading schedule. I haven't determined yet what time is optimal for uploading, but I definitely know that I have to get my editing done before a certain time in the morning so that I have my preparation time before my tutoring sessions, then do my tutoring sessions, and then do any other personal projects that I have, whether it's learning a new language or cleaning the house or working with my other home business. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that water boiling while I finish uploading the video to YouTube, then take a shower and finish preparing for those tutoring sessions. This is my current situation trying to prep for my sessions. And my lunch. If my paleo coach is watching, please don't yell at me. I was in a rush and I didn't have time to make something good. But anyway, this is my old laptop and this is my new laptop and I haven't transferred everything yet. So when I was looking for what I needed here and realized it was still here, this happened. This is just gonna force me to actually get down to passing everything from one computer to the other, which is something that now I'm gonna have to add to my to-do list. I didn't think of it at all. Just one more thing to do. This is ridiculous. I was about to hop in the shower and everything that I scheduled so that it would happen on its own and I wouldn't have to do it by hand went on a different time zone. So the time that I set for everything to publish is publishing 8 hours later because I set it for the time that it would be. Like, I don't even know, but why? It's a learning experience. It's a learning experience. It is published. My phone shows that it's still scheduled. My computer shows that it's already been published. I'm gonna stick with it's a learning experience. Okay, gotta hop in the shower because I got 40 minutes to get there. I am so grateful it stopped raining because I was already getting ready to put on my raincoat. My umbrella is in the car, and Gabby has the car, so I was gonna get wet. Just using my inhaler before I head out, so I'm not coughing on the kids. And I already have everything packed. Everything is uploaded and published. Oops, forgot the tablet. Here is the bag that I'm using. I have everything right in there. First tutoring is at 3, other one is at 4, and a little chit chat with the parents, which means that I'll be home hopefully by 5:30. I'm aiming for 5:30. Might get home by 6. I don't know. We'll see. I just left my first kid's house. And unfortunately, my husband isn't out of work yet to pick me up and take me to the other kid's house, which he thought he'd be able to, but he's not out yet. So I'm walking. I'm taking it easy. Just a slow walk. I already messaged my friend and told her I'm on foot, so it's going to take me a little bit. And I figured that if this little walk actually works and nothing happens, I'm going to try taking the dogs out for a walk tomorrow if it doesn't rain. But hey, blue skies. Good sign. I got a ride home. Say hi.
Hi.
Just finished tutoring the second one, and now we're on our way home for dinner and spend some time with the doggies. And I don't really know what else is pending. I think all the stuff that we were doing last night that we didn't get to finish. But anyway, we're going home. Okay. I got my new inhaler. The albuterol wore off. I don't want to wait to get home because it's really starting to bother me. Another discus.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay. And I do have to rinse out my mouth afterwards. So I'm just going to use my drinking water. Alright, same thing. It's a discus, just like the Advair, but this one doesn't have one of the ingredients that the Advair had. And the pharmacist told me that it's common to get palpitations with the second ingredient. So this one has one of the ingredients the other one had. So this should work better.
Yeah.
Good. We just got to our next store, and I haven't coughed once since I did that new discus. And I mean, it's too soon to tell if I'm going to get palpitations or anything, but I'm feeling pretty good. So let's hope this is the end of that cough. I'm just innocently looking at things for the house, maybe stuff to organize business products, and then all of a sudden, boom, the danger zone. Gotta find Gabby, get me out of here. Why on earth are these two walking right down the middle of the street?
En la principal.
On the main road. They just don't move. Wow. What the heck? How do you just go down another lane?
I'm going to Ross. It's all the way down.
Pásale por el lado. They're not supposed to be there. We are quite the party animals. Woo! Going to bed at midnight after a Netflix marathon because he doesn't have to work tomorrow. I do have one of my tutoring sessions though, so I have a little bit of work to do. And I also see one of my kids Saturday morning, so not necessarily a long weekend for a getaway. There's no way you need to go outside at this hour. funny thing. It seems that despite rinsing my mouth out after every inhalation, I might be getting thrush. If you're unfamiliar with it, it's like this overgrowth of bacteria in your mouth. What do you think? Either that or geographic tongue. In any case, I'm just gonna observe it and see. She's asking to go outside and see if I need to contact my doctor again, because I did read in the literature for the medicine that people who are immunocompromised tend to get infections more easily. Well, obviously, and since the Flovent works as an immunosuppressant after taking prednisone, which is another immunosuppressant, and I just had my Entyvio on Monday, which is an immunosuppressant. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that I have some bacteria overgrowth. Anyway, that is my little health thing for today, other than the darn cough. Takeaway for the day, I am back to work with my kids. I love them. They make me happy. I love working with school supplies and school materials. Also make me happy. I'm getting the hang of this editing thing, but I do need to make a schedule. And things seem to be going back to my old normal. So overall, I am happy and very tired. We are off to bed. Hope you guys had a wonderful Thursday, and I will see you tomorrow. Night night.